Hey everyone, and welcome back to Linguist Rising. Today, we're jumping right into Unit 8 of Alif Baa. We're going to build some really essential skills for your Arabic reading, writing, and speaking. So this unit is it's packed. We've got new letters, a really interesting and important kind of hamza, and my favorite part, some super useful vocabulary for talking about how you're feeling. I promise by the end of this, you'll be able to express yourself in a whole new way. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We'll kick things off with 3 essential new letters. Then we're going to solve what I call the hamza puzzle. After that, we'll get into the fun stuff, expressing states and feelings. And to wrap it all up, it's your turn to practice. All right, first up, 3 new building blocks for your Arabic. These are super common and really important letters, and we're going to start with one you will see absolutely everywhere, the letter meme. Okay, so this is meme. And the sound? It's just a simple sound, like in mom or music. Super straightforward, right? This one should feel really familiar. Now, how do you spot this letter in the wild? Well, the key thing to look for is its core shape. It's this little round loop. Doesn't matter if it's at the beginning, middle, or end of a word, that tiny loop is your clue. You know, a great way to practice is to just grab any Arabic text and circle every meme you can find. You'll be amazed how fast you get the hang of it. Okay, let's put it into practice. Listen to these words and look for that meme shape. Mal, Samir, Yom, Jamia. See that little loop in each one? See how it connects so smoothly? That's what you're looking for. All right, letter number 2 for today is noon. This one makes that N sound, like in 9 or noon. When you see it by itself or at the end of a word, it looks kind of like a big bowl with one single dot floating right above it. Now, when it's written by itself, that single dot on top is the dead giveaway. But when it's in the middle or at the beginning of a word, it can look a lot like ba or ta. This is where a lot of beginners get tripped up, so let's lock it in. Ba, 1 dot below. Ta, 2 dots above. And our new friend, noon, just 1 dot above. Seriously, spend some time on this. It'll save you a lot of headaches later. And our third letter for today is ha. Now, this is a really light, breathy ha sound. Think of the ha in hello or happy. It's not that deep, throaty ha sound from the back of your throat we learned before. This one is much, much softer. Okay, and this is why ha can be a bit of a shapeshifter, and honestly, a little tricky for beginners. I mean, look at this. It's completely different depending on where it is in a word. At the start, it's this loop within a loop. In the middle, it's kind of like a figure 8 on its side. And at the end, it can be a simple circle, or look just like a ta marbuta, but without any dots. So definitely pay close attention to these different forms as you're practicing. Okay, so we've got our new letters down. Now let's move on to a really important spelling rule. We're going to tackle a special case of the hamza. And once you get this, your reading is going to get so much smoother and more accurate. It's a real game changer. So have you ever been writing and thought, what happens when a hamza, that little glottal stop, is immediately followed by a long ah sound, an aleph? How do you write that? Well, Arabic has this really clever and, frankly, beautiful solution. Basically, you can't just write 2 alifs back to back. It's just not done in Arabic spelling. So instead, they get combined into one single special character, and that character is called an alif madda. So here's the bottom line. Whenever you see an alif with this little wavy line on top, that's the madda, you say a glottal stop and then a long ah sound. The word madda actually means lengthening, which is a perfect clue, right? It tells you to lengthen or stretch out that ah sound. So just think of it as ah, ah. And the most famous example of this, one you've probably seen, is in the word Qur'an. That sound right in the middle, Qur'an, that's our alif madda, right there in action. It's such a great example of a rule that might seem weird at first, but actually makes spelling and reading way easier once you get it. All right, we've done the letters, we've done the grammar. Now for my favorite part. Let's actually use this stuff to talk about ourselves and how we feel. This is where the language really starts to come alive. Okay, let's kick off with some really common physical states. So we've got tired, which is taban, cold is bardan, hot is harran, thirsty is atshan, and hungry is ja'an. Now, do you notice a pattern there? A lot of these masculine forms end in that an sound. And to make them feminine, it's super easy. You just add a tha marbuta to the end. And here are a few for emotions, plus a really useful question. So to say you're upset, it's za'lan. Happy is sa'id. Sick is marid. And if you want to check in on a friend and ask what's wrong, you can say ma bika if you're talking to a guy, or ma biki if you're talking to a girl. Whew, we have covered a lot today, haven't we? And, the best way, the only way to really make all this stuff stick is to put it into practice. Like right now. So here's a fantastic drill straight from your textbook, and try connecting these letters to form actual words. This is the perfect chance to practice all those different letter shapes we just learned for meme, noon, and especially our little shapeshifter, ha. I mean, just take a second and think about what we did today. You've got 3 new foundational letters under your belt. You mastered a tricky but super important spelling rule with the Alif Baa, and you now have the words to talk about how you feel. That is a massive step forward in your Arabic journey. It's really exciting. So I'll leave you with this question. Kaifa haluk al-an? Or if I'm talking to a female viewer, Kaifa haluki al-an? How are you feeling right now? Try to answer down in the comments using one of our new words. Maybe you're taban, tired, or hopefully you're sa'id, happy. Thank you so much for watching, and just keep up the amazing work.